smallest lie you've ever told which had the biggest consequences. 1. I walked in on my friend finishing a conversation on her phone. She looked at me, petrified, and asked if I heard everything. I told her with a defeated face, yes. She starts crying and leans on me, telling me she is so afraid and doesn't know what to do. I did this initially as a joke, but obviously I was in deep water now, so I just told her everything would be fine and to call me whenever she needed me. Turns out she was expecting and asked me to go to a clinic with her. Her boyfriend scrammed. We are best of friends now. 2. My friends and I accidentally got a kid suspended. We finished the last class of our day before lunch on a Friday and we were feeling pretty good, so we picked up a handful of rocks and tried to see who could throw them the furthest. Turns out one hit our teacher. She brought us into the office and made us tell the vice principal our story. Since she wasn't in the room, we lied through our teeth and made up a description of a kid we'd never seen before. A week later, the guidance teacher approached us and told us she was glad we didn't take the blame for the kid who threw rocks because the principal found out who it was and he'd be getting a 3-day suspension from school. 3. In college, the girls in the apartment downstairs asked my roommate and I if we wanted to join them at a concert a month away. Neither of us wanted to, and my quick-thinking roommate said that date was my birthday. It obviously wasn't, and we had other plans. They ended up not going to the concert, and we had forgotten about it. When that day came, they called me downstairs to help them move something. I walked in the door, and surprise, a birthday party for me with about 15 people there. My roommate was just as surprised. I couldn't tell them the truth and just went with it. Even got a couple of small gifts. I always felt guilty about it. 4. When I was younger at a birthday party, a girl asked me for a quarter to call home for her dad to come get her. I told her that I didn't have one and she got a ride home from another parent. Later I heard that when she got home she found ambulances around her house because her father had passed falling out of a tree doing yard work. I kept imagining that if I had given her the quarter, her dad would have come to get her instead of continuing yard work. If I had given her a quarter, maybe she would still have a father. 5. I told my mom I hated her the morning she passed away. I was 10. She was 39. I wish I could take it back. Every single day. 6. Being the youngest sibling, I was always getting messed with, so one time they told me as I was starting school to look out for the fiery drill. I had never been in school, so I asked what it was. They said, "You will hear a loud bell that warns children when this man comes to the school and attacks with a drill that is on fire, and tries to drill into the kids' brains." So a few weeks into school there is a fire drill, so I take off screaming like crazy, hoping to survive running as far away from the school as I could. My mom was not too happy with my siblings when she got the call from our school telling her I was gone. 7. Told my parents I had lost my crappy phone on a bike ride in 2010 when I had actually put it under my bed so I could get a new touchscreen phone over my crappy one. She went to the phone shop and tripped on a ledge outside, shattering her left elbow, and narrowly missed out on having the joint replaced with surgery. To this day she can't bend her left arm past 150 degrees, and can't kneel as tripping messed her knees up big style. It also caused a hernia in her stomach that the NHS refused to operate on unless it became life-threatening.